Danny Eagle.
I'm Cullen.
And I'm Eleanor. Today is Tuesday the 15th, and the SOAR word is orderly. Teachers, please give PBIS points to students for being orderly.
Some examples of being orderly are as follows: walking in a straight line at lunch, entering a classroom quietly, and keeping your hands to yourself.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today's lunch will be pizza, ham and cheese sandwiches, corn, Great Northern beans, lettuce, tomato, pineapple, and fresh fruit.
Tomorrow's breakfast is sausage biscuits! Exclamation.
Time for the daily interview. How many times have you been to Cuba?
I have been to Cuba one time. It was in 2016 in May. It was in May of 2016.
When in Cuba, did you spend US dollars or Cuban pesos?
I could go to jail for spending US dollars in Cuba. That is part of the embargo policy. The rules that the United States has made against Cuba says that no American money will be spent there. So I had to convert all of my money into Cuban convertible units of currency called kooks. That's the traveler's money. I had to convert all of my money to kooks, and I could only pay with kooks. I could not pay with American money at all.
Okay. What did you notice about the type of cars in Cuba?
Oh, the cars. So when the American embargo shut down in the 1950s, they were getting great, they call them clásicos. They were getting great classic cars from the United States, but once the embargo shut down, no more cars. So all of the American cars they have were these classic, like 1950s Happy Days, bright electric colors. There are some more contemporary cars, but none of them are American. They're all from Chinese companies or even Soviet companies from like the 80s.
Why did you send Legos to Cuba?
I sent Legos to Cuba because while we were in Cuba, I met a guy whose name is Pavel Garcia, and Pavel is working with a group called Barrio Habana. He created this group because since there's no private ownership of land or buildings, the buildings are all falling down. The community was crumbling, and his son told him one day, "Daddy, why do we have to step over rubble to go to school?" So he thought he could get the kids together, get them to clean up the neighborhood, and while they're doing that, have fun, play games, play soccer, play chess, do all kinds of stuff. And his kids are phenomenal. So I asked him what's something that we could do to help. And he said, "I can't get Legos because of the American embargo." So that's what encouraged me to come back to get my students to start raising, well, not money, but raising Legos, donating Legos, and the whole community pitched in. It was fabulous.
That's wonderful.
What surprised you the most?
What surprised me the most is when I got to Cuba, I was way wrong about a lot of stuff. I was expecting the Cubans to hate Americans. I was expecting the Cubans to be like, communism, good, America, bad. They were incredibly wonderful. They welcomed us. The freedom of expression in Cuba was so much more than I thought they would have. I did not know that people in Cuba were allowed to run their own businesses and make their own money. They are, and it's only getting better. So what surprised me most is that I was totally wrong. It took me a full day of just going, I was so wrong. And then, now I know. It's amazing.
Why did you go to Cuba?
I went to Cuba because I was invited. And it was an opportunity I had gotten. I went to a workshop, and the organizer of the workshop was the Georgia Council of Economic Education. And he said, "You know what? If you want to go with us, we're doing a trip in May." And I'm like, "Yes, I want to go." And so that's how I got connected with a group. It was a group of about 12 people. And there were people from Nebraska. It was just kind of a whole bunch of friends just going to Cuba on a learning opportunity.
What was the biggest difference between the United States and Cuba?
I could joke and I could say, well, they speak Spanish and I don't, but English was so common. They were very, very accustomed to English because there's a black market in Cuba of people going to Miami and recording American pop songs, American TV shows, American movies, putting them on DVD, selling them to family. So in Cuba, they have all of these American influences. So they were much more familiar with American culture than I thought they were. But probably the biggest difference is the fact that here, buildings don't just fall down. If they fall down, we fix them. But in Cuba, because nobody owns the buildings, if you live in a building and it's crumbling, you can't fix it. And you are given paint. If you want to paint the outside of your house, they give you the paint. And it's usually an electric color. Pink, blue, orange. It is the most colorful place on the planet. Amazing.
What did you see in Cuba?
What did I see in Cuba? I have to be very careful answering this question because another part of the rules is I was not allowed to be a tourist. So therefore, I was not allowed to go to beaches. I was not allowed to go to any kind of like amusement or play or fun or vacation spots. I could get in big trouble for that. So what I saw was a musical academy, a dance academy. I saw the businesses that the Cuban people had, and they took us to a farm in northwest Cuba that is all very much recycled. They're all natural, and they have kind of like you could stay there, you can work on the farm, they make all their food. It's very sustainable and beautiful. So what I saw was entrepreneurship, not beaches.
Happy birthday to Carly Cosper, Jay Sean Gregg, and Jenna Nicholson.
See Miss Reed in the hub after announcements for your sweet treats.
Yearbooks are still on sale. From this point on, all sales will be done online for $35. The link is available on the school website. Please see Miss Brumbelow or Miss Garnett if you have any questions.
Thanks for joining us on the Daily Eagle.
Bye.
Bye.